Hello, everyone. Um, in this video, I will be solving some problems on differential calculus. In particular, solving limits or evaluating limits and then finding the derivatives of polynomial functions, of trigonometric functions, and then using the chain rule. So, kumbaga, ito ay isang buong review na ng ating fundamental concepts sa differential calculus. Okay? So, let's start with number one. We are to find the limit of the function x squared minus x or minus 5x plus 4 all over x minus 4 as x approaches 4. Okay? So, gamit tayo ng blue siguro. So, number one, pinapahanap sa atin yung limit as x approaches 4 of x squared minus 5x plus 4 all over x minus 4. Okay. So dito, kung isa-substitute natin yung 4, no? Let's try. Let's say we have 4 squared minus 5 times 4 plus 4 all over 4 minus 4, no? This will become 0 over 0. No? But of course, we'll try to solve this in a different way. Okay? So, meron tong sagot. Okay? So, we will try to factor out yung ating numerator para ma-cancel natin yung denominator, no? Let's simplify first yung ating limit, no? So, yung ating limit, equal din yan sa limit as x approaches 4 ng ipa-factor out natin yung ating numerator. So, dito we have x, and then x dito, x minus 4, no? And then x minus 1, all over quantity x minus 4, right? So, in this case, magka-cancel yung ating x minus 4 na expression dyan sa numerator at saka yung denominator. Okay? So, ang matitira na lang talaga sa atin is to find the limit as x approaches 4 ng quantity x minus 1. And this will be simply substituting the value ng ating limit 4 papunta ron sa ating x. So that will be 4 minus 1. Okay? This equal to 3. Okay? So meron din isa pang approach. So since alam na natin yung pagkuha ng mga derivatives ng polynomial, meron pang isa pang approach dito sa ating problem number 1. So let's try using this another solution. So ang tawag natin dito yung L'Hopital's rule. So usually ginagamit natin to pag ang lumalabas na sagot sa ating limit is ito nga yung 0 over 0, yung mga indeterminate, no? So ang ginagawa natin diyan, the limit as x approaches 4 ng function natin, x squared minus 5x plus 4 all over x minus 4, kinukuha natin yung derivative, first derivative ng ating numerator and ng denominator. So, magiging equal yan sa limit as x approaches 4 ulit ng, so sa numerator we have 2x minus 5, di ba? Plus 0. Sa baba naman, we only have 1. Yan. Tapos, tsaka natin i-evaluate ulit yung ating limit, no? So, in this case, yung ating limit will be, substitute na lang natin yung value ng 4 dito. And this will be 2 times 4 minus 5, which is 8 minus 5, which is 3. So, same answer yung ating number 1. Okay? Ganyan lang siya. Number 2, try natin i-solve. We are to find the limit Find the limit as theta approaches pi over 4, no? Ng sine squared theta over tangent cube. Okay. So hindi dito sa problem na to, meron din dalawang solution. No, pwede naman um, pwede naman nating i-simplify muna yung ating expression and then tsaka natin sagutan or pwede rin namang i-apply na natin yung limit, no? So in this case, I will use the application na nung limit. No? I-substitute na natin yung pi over 4. Okay? So this will be equal to sine squared ng pi over 4 all over, ay, ang pangit. All over the tangent cube ng pi over 4. Okay? So remember yung ating unit circle. Ano ba ang sine ng pi over 4? It is also equal to sine ng 45 degrees. Okay? So i-square lang daw natin yan. Dito naman sa ating denominator, we have to find the tangent ng 45 degrees. No? And then kunin natin yung cube. If we have the calculators, pwede na natin masagot to, no? Actually, dito pa lang sa una, pwede na siyang masagot. Kaya lang naka-radians yung ating mode. Dito naman sa pangalawa, kailangan naka-degree. So, yung sine ng 45, it is equal to, memorize ko lang siya, no? Square root of 2 over 2. So, naka-square yan. Divided by, ang tangent ng 45 is 1. 1 tapos naka-cube. So therefore, ang sagot natin dito, the limit nitong ating function na to as theta approaches pi over 4 is equal yan sa 1/2. Okay? Yan. Ganyan lang siya. Another solution would involve yung paggamit natin ng identity. No? So sulat ko na rin siguro dito. Although hindi na natin siya isa-solve, no? Another approach is to use identity ng tangent theta is equal to sine ng theta over cosine ng theta. Di ba? So in that case, may mawawala tong tangent, magiging sine cube over cosine cube. No? So ganyan lang siya. Okay, number 3, we are to find the limit as x approaches infinity, ng x squared minus 1 over x squared plus 1. So unang tingin, parang pwede siya i-factor, pero kung tutuusin, ito ay mga prime, itong denominator ay prime factor na yan, so hindi yan natin ma-factor out. And isa pa, yung ating limit is infinity, no? So gagamit tayo ng yung ginagawa natin dito sa pag-solve ng mga limits involving mga infinity. So ang ginagawa natin dyan is, di ba, dinidivide natin to the highest power yung ating kada term, no? Therefore, ang mangyayari dyan, limit as x approaches infinity ng 1. So, dinidivide natin by x squared, ha? Minus 1 over x squared all over 1 ulit plus 1 over x squared. Diba? So, in that case, pwede na natin palitan ng infinity yan. Kasi, mangyayari dyan, 1 minus 1 over infinity is 0, right? And yung sa denominator naman, 1 plus 1 over infinity is another 0. Therefore, ang sagot dyan ay 1. No? So, 1 over 1 is equal to 1. Pwede nyo rin gamitin ito, yung L'Hopital's rule, no? Kunin nyo yung derivative ng ibabaw, tsaka ng ilalim. So, ang lalabas dyan, 2x over 2x. Therefore, ang matitira dyan ay 1. Limit as x approaches infinity ng 1 is also equal to 1. Okay? So 4. So we have the limit as x approaches 0 ng sine 3x over x. So dito gagamit tayo ng theorem natin, no? Ang theorem natin is that the limit as x approaches 0 ng sin x over x is equal to 1. So ang problema na lang is kailangan lagyan natin yan ng ng 3 dito, no? So ang gagawin natin mag-multiply tayo ng 3 over 3. So ang mangyayari, the limit as x approaches 0 ng 3 over 3 times nitong sine sine 3x over x. So, ipagsamahin natin yan, ang mangyayari dyan ganito. The limit as x approaches 0 ng 3 sine 3x over 3x na siya. Di ba? So, gagamitan na natin ng theorem yan that note natin, no? Take note that the limit as x approaches 0 ng sin theta over theta ay equal yan sa 1. Therefore, yung limit as x approaches 0 ng sin 3x over 3x, dahil parehas lang naman yan, ay equal din yan sa 1. No? Therefore, yan, the limit as x approaches 0 ng 3 sine 3x over 3x, equal na ngayon yan sa 3 times the limit ng 3 the limit as x approaches 0 ng sine 3x over 3x, which is 3 times 1, right? And this will become equal to 3. So, ganyan yung mga examples ng pag-evaluate ng mga limits. No, binigay ko na lahat yung possible na pwede natin ma-solve or ma-encounter sa real life, no, sa applications ng limits. Usually mga ganito lang, no? Hindi naman mahirap. But in essence, kailangan natin itong mga approach na ganito for us to work around dun sa problem. Okay? Next, let's try to solve itong finding the derivative. So sa number 5, finding the derivative ng polynomial or ng algebraic functions, napakadali niyan, no? Dahil power formula lang yan. Okay? So we have the function y is equal to 4 plus 2x minus 3x squared minus 5x cubed minus 8x to the fourth plus 9x to the fifth, of course. Now, using the right notation, y and x naman yan, so y prime. Y prime is equal to, derivative ng 4 ay 0, plus 2 times derivative ng x ay 1, minus 3 times derivative ng x squared ay 2x. Diba? Minus 5 times derivative ng x cubed ay 3x squared, minus 8 times the derivative of x to the fourth is 4x cubed, right? Plus 9 times the derivative of x to the fifth power is 5x to the fourth. All right? So simplifying these terms, y prime is equal to 2 minus 6x, right? Minus 15x squared minus 32x cubed, right? Plus 45x to the fourth. So, yun na yung ating answer. Pakadali niyan kasi direct substitution lang yan ng ating x to the n or yung ating power formula. Right? So, number 6, ito medyo pahirapan natin ng kaunti. We have a function f of x, di ba? It is equal to x squared times x minus 1 cubed times 2x minus 5 quantity squared. So dito, ang pwede natin gamitin or ang nakikita natin pwedeng gamitin dyan ay yung product rule. Yung first function times the derivative of the second function plus the second function times the derivative of the first function. The problem is we have three terms in this particular function. We have x squared, we have x minus 1 cube, we have 2x minus 5 raised uh, to the second power. So, ang gagawin natin muna dito is kailangan maging dalawang term lang muna siya. No? Although, pwede nyo naman gawin yung product rule muna dito bago yung product rule sa isa. Pero, mas madali, siguro kung i-simplify muna natin yung ating function. Kasi, kung tutuusin, kung makikita ninyo, uh, meron tayong squared dito and meron din tayong squared dyan. Pwede natin yung pagsamahin, guys. No? And this will become, let's say, x minus 1 cubed times x squared times 2x minus 5 quantity squared, right? So, kumbaga, pinagsama ko yung dalawang squared. And this function, di pa natin kinukuha ng derivative, will be simplified further into x minus 1 cube times yung squared, no? X, oops. So, gamitan muna natin siya ng bracket. Medyo organized naman. X times 2x minus 5 squared, silang parehas. No? Ganyan siya. And medyo i-refine pa natin ng konti. This will become x minus 1 quantity cube times, so i-distribute na natin yung x, no? Para talagang mawala yung bracket dyan. We have 2x squared minus 5x raised to the second power. So now we are narrowed down to two functions sa isang or two expressions dun sa ating product rule. No? Pwede na natin gamitin yung product rule. The product rule says that the derivative ng isang function na merong dalawang product ng dalawang function is that yung ating first function muna daw, di ba? So f prime of x is equal to the first function which is x minus 1 raised to the cube. So siguro ilipat na natin siya ng line. So yung ating f prime of x is equal to the first function which is x minus 1 raised to the cube times the derivative, hindi ko muna isa-solve, no? With respect to x, ng ating second function which is 2x squared minus 5x squared plus the second function, kopyahin ko lang yan, 2x squared minus 5x quantity squared times the derivative of the first function. Ano yung first function natin? Kopyahin lang natin ulit, x minus 1 cube. Yan. So, hindi, dito sa line na to, wala pa akong sinosolve, guys. Sinulat ko lang muna kung paano yung ni-state yung product rule in this function. Okay? So, ngayon, magsasolve na tayo. Okay? So, dito gagamit tayo ng chain rule, no? Kasi hindi natin makuha agad pa yung derivative nito agad-agad. Ganon din dito. So gagamitan natin ng chain rule 'yan, no? So isa-isahin natin, guys. Dito f prime of x is equal to x minus 1 cube, no? Ano ang derivative ng naka-squared na function tapos meron pang function sa loob. So, gagamitan natin ng chain rule yan, guys. We have the quantity. So, ibababa natin yung power. No? I-consider natin ito na parang isang buo. So, 2, right, times, kopyahin lang natin nasa loob. 2x squared minus 5x, diba? Tapos babawasan natin yung power, magiging 1 lang siya. Times the derivative nung nasa loob. Okay? Derivative nung nasa loob, 2x squared minus 5x. Right? So, ganyan na siya. Plus quantity 2x squared minus 5x quantity squared times ano ang derivative ng naka-cube. No? Ganun din. So, 3 times x minus 1, babawasan yung power times the derivative with respect to x nung nasa loob, x minus 1. No? Yan. So, kung mapapansin ninyo guys, meron pa rin tayong derivative dun sa ating sinusolve. So, isusolve pa rin natin itong derivative na to. No? So, in this case, we have f prime of x equal to, ito kokopyahin ko lang muna to kasi wala na to eh. Di ba? Na-solve na to. So, ito rin, ang gusto na lang natin i-solve, itong nasa derivative. So, ito, kopyahin ko lang muna to guys. So, we have 2 times 2x squared minus 5x. Diba? Tapos ito, isa-solve natin. Gamitan naman natin ng green. So, ano ang derivative ng 2x squared minus 5x? So, ang sagot natin dyan, syempre, multiply natin. So, 2. So, magiging 4x siya, no? 2 times 2x. Right? So, that pala to ay naka-bracket pa rin. Two times 2x minus 5 times 1, no? Ginawa ko lang yung derivative na nasa loob dahil kaya na natin i-derive yan using our formulas. So, ganyan lang siya. Tapos, blue. Para makompleto yung ating bracket. Yan. Okay? Dito naman sa kabila, second term, this will be plus 2x squared minus 5x quantity squared. Huwag natin kalimutan. Tapos, ito naman ay 3 times x minus 1 squared. Ano ang derivative ng x minus 1? No, sagutan natin yan. Ang derivative ng x minus 1 ay 1 minus 0. Okay? So yan, wala na tayo ngayong derivative na nakikita dyan sa ating f prime of x. Pwede na nating simplify. Okay? So simplifying, so medyo maskip, no? Usog lang tayo ng kaunti. X prime of f prime of x is equal to, so ito isi-simplify natin to lahat. So una muna, kopyahin ko muna tong x minus 1, cube yan, tapos ito naman, ganun pa rin, 2, tapos 2x squared minus 5x, di ba? Tapos ito, simplify ko lang muna guys. Ang mangyayari dyan, magiging 4x minus 5, right? Tama. Magiging 4x minus 5 yan. Tapos, isara ko lang muna yung brackets. Plus, ito naman sa second term, we have 2x squared minus 5x quantity squared. Tapos, i-multiply lang natin yan. I-simplify natin ito. So, itong nasa green, so 1 lang pala yan. No? Sinolve pa natin, 1 lang pala siya. Kaya ang matitira na lang sa atin ay 3. Tapos, x minus 1 quantity squared. So, yan. Yan na lang yung naiwan sa atin. So, i-simplify pa natin. No? Pag i-simplify pa natin yan, so pag nag-simplify tayo guys, lagi kong tinitignan dyan yung ating brackets, tsaka yung mga exponents, yung mga pwede pang i-factor. So, dito, i-simplify natin by removing mga brackets kasi pangit tignan yan. So, x minus 1, so cube ito. Itong 2, i-multiply na natin dito. So ito ay 2x squared minus 5x. So ito namang 2, i-multiply na natin dito yan. No? Distribute na natin siya. So ano ngayon ang mangyayari dyan? Magiging 8x minus 10 na siya. Di ba? So ito naman, ganun pa rin, plus. So unahin ko lang siguro yung 3. No? 3 times x minus 1 quantity squared times 2x squared minus 5x quantity squared. Okay? So, sa unang tingin, kala natin, yan na yung simplified answer. Pwede pa natin silang i-simplify by factoring yung mga common terms dun sa ating function. No? Katulad ng x minus 1, parehas silang merong x minus 1 na term. And parehas silang merong 2x squared minus 5x na term. So, by grouping, i-group natin muna yan. So, we have f prime of x equal to factor. No? I-factor natin yung pinakamababa. So, x minus 1, ang gagamitin natin na exponent ay 2 kasi siya yung pinakamababa. Sa 2x squared naman, 2x squared minus 5x, ang gagamitin natin na exponent ay 1, no? Kasi siya yung pinakamababa. Kaya ang matitira dyan ay, so ang natira dito ay yung ating 8x, no? Quantity 8x minus 10, right? Tsaka nakamultiply yan sa, may natirang isang x minus 1 pala. No? Buray natin. May natirang x minus 1 times 8x minus 10. Okay? So walang natira dun sa ating 2x squared minus 5. Na-factor out siya completely. Plus, sa second term naman, walang naiwan sa x minus 1 quantity squared, pero may naiwan naman dito sa isa. Sa 2x squared minus 5x, isa na lang yung naiwan. Okay? So, ayan. Ngayon, pwede pa nating i-simplify ito. Itong nandito sa ating bracket, pagsamasamahin na natin yung mga like terms dyan. So, yung ating f prime of x will now become equal to, so kopyahin ko lang muna to ha, x minus 1 minus quantity squared times 2x squared minus 5x. So, ito ngayon ay magiging times, no? Times, i-distribute natin to guys, no? Itong ating yan, product. Distribute natin yan. This will now become equal to 8x squared tapos minus 10x tapos minus 8x, right? And then plus 10. Dito naman, kopyahin ko na lang kasi wala naman nagbago dyan, no? Plus 2x squared na lang yan minus 5x. Okay, so masisimplify pa yan. So we will have f prime of x. It is now equal to x minus 1 quantity squared times 2x squared minus 5x times, so simplify natin to, no? Ang pwedeng pagsamahin, yung mga x squared, we have 8 and we have 2. So that will become nakalimutan ko pala yung 3, sorry. Ito, no, yung ating factor dito, may naiwang 3 dyan. Kaya naman, pag ating i-distribute yan dito, dapat ito ay maging 6x. 6x, ito naman ay 15. So ito ay oops, 6x squared minus 15x. Yan. So ngayon, pagsamahin ko na yung ating mga similar terms. No? So yung ating similar terms, 8 and 6, we have 14x squared. Tapos sa x side naman, we have minus 10 and minus 8. So we have and minus 15. So that will be minus 33x. Tapos sa unit side, we have plus 10. No? So, yan. So, hindi naman na ma-factor out yan, no? Kasi 14 na to, 33 and 10. Ang pwede lang natin ulisin dito yung x. So, yung ating final answer will be f prime of x is equal to x. No? Factor out ko yung x dyan. X minus 1, quantity squared, times 2x minus 5 times 14x squared minus 33x plus 10. Yan yung ating final answer for this particular question. So, dito sa question number 6, we demonstrated yung paggamit ng or pagsisimplify ng ating function, and then we demonstrated yung paggamit ng product rule and yung paggamit ng chain rule for that product rule. No? So, we also use yung Lagrange notation dito sa ating particular problem number 6. Mas madali kasi siyang gawin sa mga polynomial functions, no? Ayan. Uh, on the next video, we will solve naman yung number 7 uh, and 8. Okay? So, 7, 8, yeah, 7 and 8. I will stop at this particular video para magkaroon kayo ng time to digest itong problem numbers 5 and 6, 1 to 6, no, ng ating video. Okay? With that, maraming salamat. See you dun sa ating next part. Stay safe, everyone.